In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a felt elephant, a bit like this one. You can give them as little gifts, hang them from mobiles, fill them with lavender, or just keep them on a shelf. And, of course, you don't have to make an elephant. You can use the same technique to make any little toys. Marina, a volunteer for Mind and art therapist, shared these little guys with me on Twitter. She made them with her art group. Once you've got the basic technique sorted, you can get creative with buttons, beads, materials and colours. And even if your Ellie ends up looking more like a jellyfish, the process of stitching and making can be very relaxing, which makes it worthwhile in itself. First, gather your materials. You'll need some material. I've used felt, which you can get online or in craft shops very easily, but you could use any scraps of material. Old clothes can have good patterns and textures too. Some stuffing. You can buy special stuffing, but you don't need to. Cotton wool for small projects can work, or small scraps of material too. You can buy cheap cushions and take the stuffing out of those. A needle and thread. In this picture I've got embroidery thread, but actually normal cotton thread works better. A googly eye or two. These are optional. If you don't have googly eyes, and who really does have them to hand, you can sew an eye by making small stitches on top of each other. You can draw one on with pen, or you could sew on a button eye. A cardboard template. This is to draw around so that both sides of your Ellie are the same shape. Draw an elephant shape on some cardboard. Cereal boxes or other things from the kitchen will do. Make sure you draw an ear too. Cut them out. If you need a hand drawing a shape, you can often search online for templates to print out. Scissors and a pencil. Draw round your template on the material. Felt is the same on both sides. But if your material has a front side with the pattern showing and a back side where it's more faded, you need to make sure the pattern will be on the outside on both the front and back of the elephant. Do this by drawing round your template, turning it over and drawing round it again. Cut out your Ellie. Thread your needle. Tie a double knot in the end of the thread. I'm going to stick a googly eye on my elephant, so I don't need to do anything about the eye now. But if you're going to sew a thread or button eye, add it now before you start sewing the two sides together. Start by sewing the ears on. Your first stitch should be at the bottom of the ear and the needle should come up through the material so the knot is at the back. When you've finished your first ear, go over and over in one place or tie a knot in the thread to secure it. When your second ear is attached, you can join the two sides together and keep on sewing. My stitches are a bit messy. If you like, you can make neat, tiny stitches. It can be a nice thing to focus on. Don't worry about fancy stitches, just go in and out of the material. This is called running stitch. If you're more confident, you can use backstitch or blanket stitch. When you have gone almost all the way around, stop stitching to add the stuffing. It's usually easiest to poke it into the legs and trunk with a pencil. You can add lavender here too if you like. Finish off by sewing the rest of the way round. Secure the thread with a knot or by going over and over in the same place. Add a googly eye if you have one. And there you go, one finished Ellie. Have fun and send us a picture of yours for our gallery.